Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda.
Oh, we're all slow again, guys. I'm just waiting for it to catching up, guys. Just like, yeah, there you go, mate. Anyway, now we were supposed to have a great guy on he's in the audience. He's a legend. He's here every night, and it's the second night I've had to put him off. Yesterday because my personal stuff took over, and today because Optus decided to send me out a new SIM card. Now, I didn't ask for a new SIM card, but I've got a new SIM card somewhere in transit, and today this phone went down, guys. So I only have this, and I have a more or less what I call a family phone, you know what I mean, that I can actually, use and through the few people, and So anyway, that's why he's not on the show tonight, guys, because I can't pull the documents out. So, I'm not going to tell you who he is, but I'm telling you, when we get him on, which we're going to do next week now, I think. Well, it will be next week, but probably Monday night, actually. If he's right with that, he'll let me know. I'll have a phone back on, bro, tomorrow. Hopefully.
I will have to go to Optus tomorrow.
Hopefully tomorrow, dude. Okay, let's have a look at what's going on. My biggest apologies, man. That was not meant to happen, dude. That's just the way it gets dealt out, guys. All right. So a couple of things that we've got here is, they're now telling everyone, what's monkeypox, where are the outbreaks, and what the WHO is doing. Well, the WHO is pulling a big scamdemic again, all right, and they think they're going to lock down the world. And we're hearing about, getting exciting, guys. We're hearing about some different stuff coming out of England on the mainstream news and stuff, So, tomorrow night we might know a bit more. But, look, there's been some stuff stipulated that it could be tomorrow their time because we're in the future, guys. So let's just hang on. But, look, to go along with your old monkeypox, all right, we now know where, and I put this on a space yesterday, but unfortunately, guys, we have the sloth virus, guys. All right, and it has, it's taken off. It's flown a plane. It's on my thing here. They've jumped in a plane. These sloths, right? They've gone from Africa to Cuba. And then they've jumped in another plane. I don't know, they got a connecting flight or what they got. I don't know how sloths book their flights or whatever, but they've ended up in Germany, Italy, and Spain. So anyway, guys, now, if you're going to do something like that, I suppose what you'd have to do, I know you guys can see me. I can't see you. I'm coming back here for a tick. So, oh, look out. There you go. Look at that. I couldn't see that screen, Cazz. I was off somewhere else, mate. Guru's not very good at this. Okay. So what do you need when you've got a worldwide pandemic going on? And you've got Australia, total Labor country, bringing the new world order in like there's no tomorrow. Don't give a crap. The opposition leaders out there, we want to lock yous up, this, that, and the other. And then he's cocking on about this. And then he's trying to win votes over here. This guy's like right off his guts, mate, like the rest of them. But what do you need to, go for the way they want to go? You need Liberal to be out of the race. What did they do, guys? This is by design, man. I believe. I could be wrong. Okay, but I don't believe there was any mistake. There was a mistake made, all right. It was a well-engineered design mistake. All right, because they don't need the competition, guys. If you can't see, if I'm wrong, I'll stand corrected. But if you can't see what's going on here, all right, with all the fear porn out there, and then all of a sudden, who does that? Who does that? Our little packer A1 when we went there. You know what I mean? Like, we were all over it because why? Jacob Bode wouldn't have been over it with the other half, but Jacob Bode was all over this stuff, mate. He knew. So don't tell me that they didn't know and they didn't realise that documents weren't getting lodged. All right? Yeah, no Liberal candidates. Wollongong, North Shore, Camden, 20 guys. I think there's about 20 out there. They've just stumbled the Liberal vote because no one will know who the candidate is. All right, if they haven't done that, are they allowed to go? And if they haven't got on the voting form, I don't know. I should know this. If they're not on the voting form, are they allowed to go and poll out at a station and go, well, I'm a Liberal? I don't think they are. What I've seen the last couple of days is they're dropping out and so the Lord Mayor of the northern suburbs up there, he's become an independent. He's just dropped out of the Liberal Party 2 days ago. He was on Ben Fordham today, I think, or yesterday. Right? He's dropped out and he's now the independent Lord Mayor. Hey, guys, time to make a move, I think. Haven't got the big backup now, have they? Hey, Liberal Party's gone down. We got these Muppet, Shellhaven, we got these Muppet Labor leaders, and now, guys, we got the Liberals. I'm blown out. This, to me, must be a planned move. So, as I said, I can't think of anything else that it would be. All right. So it was a basic council stuff up that plunged the Liberals into chaos, just so that the local council, basic councils, can continue on with the new world order and taking us into the 2030 and what is it called? Whatever it is, 2030 bullshit. That's what I'll call it. Right, and now, guys, guess what? It's your fault. Everyone my age, all right? The apocalypse of the baby boomers. It's us baby boomers retiring that will cripple the economy. It has nothing to do with the new world order, like, doing fraudulent money transactions, ripping us off every way they can, having us paying 60 to 70% tax on our wages that we've already paid tax on. But no. It's my fault. It is my fault. Mate, I didn't even get a pension. I get nothing, guys. I live off the love of God, man. That's a true statement, actually. Anyway, I don't know. This is just a big setup, Cazz. What do you reckon, Cazz? I think I've got a couple more things, but I don't really care. This is just...
I'm just thinking that possibly we can outrun this guy.
Cazz, they're on planes already, mate. They're gone from Africa to Cuba, and now they're off to Spain, Germany, and Italy. It's all over.
It's funny because I've been looking at because who's announced there's a monkeypox vaccine, right? Monkeypox, right, outbreak. But here's the thing is that monkeypox is a rare viral infection that does not spread easily between people. It is usually a mild self-limiting illness, and most people recover within a few weeks. What is interesting about it?
Yeah, why do you think they're on planes flying around the world, Cazz? Speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Well, anyway. It is interesting, but what they're actually trying to pass off as monkeypox. We've seen it before. So we've seen it before, and it's actually due to injury of a certain type of thing. It's a shingles. It looks like a shingles side effect. So I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. But we do have an interesting person has come up, and they've actually talked about the vaccine and said not to take it because here she said this.
Really? Don't take the vaccine. They'll get locked up doing that, Caz. You can't say that. Don't take the bioweapon. It's not coming in. What are they doing to us?
It's not coming. I don't know. I must be. Where am I?
About the monkeypox jab. I saw another medical doctor on here say that he researched the jab ingredients in the monkeypox jab, and it contains ciprofloxacin. Ciprofloxacin is a known antibiotic who's put many of my patients in wheelchairs because it does something called floxing them. What being floxed means is that it destroys your mitochondria, your energy makers in every single cell, but red blood cells that make ATP or adenosine triphosphate that run every single biochemical reaction in your body and give you all the energy and brain power you need. This antibiotic destroys mitochondria, absolutely causes brain fog, weakness, neuropathy for patients, and is a very dangerous antibiotic when you get down to the nitty-gritty of it. This is being injected into your body where you bypass the gut barrier. Ciprofloxacin also contains fluoride. Now, it's not good to inject that in anyone. So let's be real here. Think about the risk and benefits before you decide what you're going to do.
All right, so we got that, but also I had a look at it, and I think it was in 2020. There was an outbreak of monkeypox virus in the USA. 71 were infected and 3 died. So it's
where was Gates at that time? Where was Gates and Fauci in some lab, producing crap? I suppose, yeah.
Well, it is interesting, isn't it? Yeah, no, it's very interesting. But don't you love it when the WHO puts out a international thing that and nobody buys it? Like you claim a pandemic, and then the mainstream media just ignores it, and people just aren't buying it. The only thing flooding my feed is memes about it. So,
Well, let's see what happens. I'll get some info from what we're hearing overseas, guys. And I'm not going to talk anything out of school, but we are hearing that they've been told to do a few things over there. Now, whether that's going to get real rough, we do have a few. What me and Caz might think are funny looking photos for the type of people that have been imported as immigrants to do harm. You can tell a look between a good soul and a bad soul, guys. It's the facial expressions, the way they hold themselves, whether they be wearing armored, what do they call them, Caz? Armored bulletproof vests. Look at this, guys.
So these guys, somebody's put up here, so it's Europe invasion has posted African migrants roam UK streets in bulletproof vests and military fatigues. Now, what's interesting about these, in 2000 and 2001, I was in Africa, and these ones, the lighter skinned ones, are similar to the look of the Nigerians. The Nigerians have kind of got a creamy brown look about them, and these guys all look happy and friendly. And so my theory is, and it's just a theory, so someone who goes by the handle of Peckerwood is on Twitter has said that he's got warriors coming to basically clean up the joint. Soldiers coming, foot soldiers coming, right? Now, my theory is that the dark judges have been in the UK. I'm wondering if they've been in touch with them, because the dark judges are actually, one of them is related to the Uluru of Wari, and the Uluru of Wari is on the light side, and he's actually a descendant of the Queen of Sheba and Solomon.
Oh, there's a few people saying I can't see it. I can't see well, guys, because it's only a small picture on my screen. I got things going, but some people are saying their eyes don't look good. There's an AK-47. Well, they're pretty good to nail people.
No, there's not an AK-47 there. No. I can't see an AK-47
on their shoulder. Okay. Anyway, I don't know, guys. We're just putting out both sides of the theories, okay? So we can, pray to God for his will. Okay? Simple as that. Simple as that.
That's it. All right, we've got a lot of interesting stuff happening, especially in the courts. Here's one from Chick.
Just put PA on there next time.
PA?
On the outside. So whatever you have over, just have PA.
And then
we'll all know.
From there, we can do it before we go.
No, that's all good. Honestly, we started with a prayer. and we started with getting together and talking. And as a result of that, I thank Serena and I thank everybody, absolutely everybody here for their support, because unless you've been in a situation, you don't actually understand how it feels to know that you've got people behind you. And that magistrate boy, she was wound up.
Even if we did. So
yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like, I'm like, give them hell. Like, no, you're allowed to be there.
Well, we actually held our tongue better than she did.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, she didn't have 100%, she had no control over you guys. And she didn't like it. She did not like it.
All right, so that's out there at the front of the church, but they go on to talk about how the support of the people being there, it really restrains the judges. They're really on notice.
They don't like a lot of people being there, mate. They don't know who's got recording devices. They don't know anything, Caz, you know?
Yeah, that's it. And they don't want to be scrutinised. Let's Australians pray. This is every day on a Twitter space. So guys, get in there and basically, get in there and support that, because it's really good and it's certainly something
the link will be in Guru's website on Twitter, guys. Look up Guru's website and the link will go in there every day. I couldn't get there today. I was totally immersed in private crap.
No,
anyway,
not on your website, on your Twitter.
No, there's a Google website. There's a Guru website on Twitter, guys. That's what it's called, Guru website, and you'll find the links in there. Just search it.
Yeah. All right. Friend of the show, Glenn, has put together a notice and it's being served in places.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Put in some notifications today to the Governor-General, Attorney-General and the Defence Ministers, the Australian Ministerial Cabinet plus the Prime Minister's Office, with the National Tacit Binding Agreement through default by acquiescence, also the International Judicial Notices, and also the Global Constitution by the Global Federal Postmaster Judge, Mr. Mark Christopher, and then, of course, many others throughout the world that are using that technology. I'd like to pay homage to my brother Glenn for putting that notice together, getting it to that stage where it's unchallenged, unrebutted, and stands as truth and fact in law. Utilising the UCC, which is the Uniform Commercial Code, we've lodged those letters today. And I've used those letters throughout the last few days, one of them in particular in an instance for my cousin in...
We'll leave it there because we've got a few clips to get through. But, guys, all of the full clips will be available on our website. So it's interesting because it looks like what's actually happening is everyone's attacking them in the courts and they don't seem to have anywhere to go.
No, they don't, man, because they know they haven't got jurisdiction. That's what I mean. The more crowds are in there, the more people, the more, recorded copies we've got that they don't know about, guys, and the more witnesses we've got. You are a witness. You are a copy. You were there. So, and all this crap about you can't record in the courthouse. Well, if they catch you, you can't, okay? But who are they to lay the rules out on us when, we're in some corrupt system where, they make you have a representation with some clown that actually put his John Henry on you getting locked up in jail. Yeah, just incredible. Wake up, constabulary and judiciary. Wake up. We got your number.
This is the Forest of the Fallen that was held in Port Macquarie, and it's put together by Sue, the video clip, and it's really quite awesome, actually. Leave it there. The full clip's available also on our website. But yeah,
what a shame we have to go out and do marketing like that, Caz, of the injured and fatally injured. It's just a joke, mate.
Everything's a joke, Now, Dale Holmes, shout out to Dale Holmes. He's got a Freedom Festival on.
I've lost his number, guys. I've lost his number. So if anyone wants to get onto Holmesy, see if we can get him on next week and give him a bit of a promo.
Dave doesn't want to tell you this, but he's actually lost everybody's number. So, all
There's a
right.
phone in the harbour.
Living Free Festivals on the 23rd to the 25th of August at the Pillow Valley in New South Wales. It looks absolutely awesome. It's got a lineup of stellar speakers. And yeah, so guys, if anyone knows Dale, give him a shout out. We'll get him on the show to promote that because it looks awesome. Now, Aussie Viking has weighed into stuff. I really like this guy. He puts together things so succinctly.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the headlines that you need to hear about today. LA Times is reporting that potentially the social security number of every American citizen has just been hacked, including 2.9 billion records of personal data. Liberals and Labor are putting your information at risk with digital ID that they'll be bringing in at the end of this year. The World Health Organization, they have reported that monkeypox is now a worldwide public health emergency. Makes you wonder what they've got planned when this year Australia and the United States has potentially the most important elections of their country. And lastly, Peter Dutton has acknowledged that Australia should not be taking in Palestinian refugees when our own people are struggling to buy homes, putting food in their mouth and fuel in their cars and staying safe at home. Put Australia first and the Australian people in every decision. Have yourselves a great day.
And Dutton's just crapping on with crap, mate, because as soon as he gets anything, he'll turn on you guys. Don't you worry, like everybody else, mate. They've all signed the agreement, all right? They're all in on it, all right? All of them.
Look, here's this a report from Immigration Watch. It's really quite disturbing. It's even worse than what we thought.
It's not actually one migrant a minute. It's worse than that. The ABS says that it's now one migrant every 42 seconds, which is one of the worst, biggest rates in the world. It's massive, yeah. So we're really sort of pouring them in when, you know, housing supply is already constrained, right? We had this thing where, you know, Labor Prime Minister Anthony Albanese wanted to build, 1.2 million homes in 5 years, and we're not even getting close to that, right? We're doing I think it's like 130,000 homes or something like ridiculous, not even close. So what you're going to create, you're going to create a terrible housing crisis, which is going to leave a lot of people, you know, often homeless, some people, and you're going to put them in worse housing situations. You know, you're going to create a cost of living crisis. And ultimately, if they don't get a handle on this, it's going to create a social crisis, right? Like this is going to be bigger than just the economy. It's going to get really bad.
Yeah, well, it's meant to. It's, you know, like the thing is that, you know, like they've bombed, you know, they've bombed all of these countries. There's people that are already destabilized. They've created wars. They've kept the third world poor on purpose so that they couldn't develop. Of course, they will all want to come over here. And then when they come over here, they don't get along. They didn't get along back there, and they're not going to get along here. It's just like, so it's all by design. This is what they do. You know, these people are very destructive. Order out of chaos. That's exactly how they think. They think that we'll be so busy fighting to try and survive that we won't worry about them, and they can basically rip the country off. You know, it's basically about taking all of our resources, the theft of our resources.
Well, they've already taken all that. What they're about to do now is crumble our societies, and that's the last play they need, guys, and they're onto it. So you want to stop them?
Yeah, and it's being met with, of course, British justice is being dished out in the form of stuff like this, which is this 51-year-old man in the UK named Lee Joseph Dunn has been thrown in jail for 12 weeks over 3 memes that showed images of migrant gangs with the caption saying, coming to a town near you. So, you know, like, just unbelievable things. Now, it's not, look, you get good and bad in everything, okay? But you've got this situation in Germany where Muslim men are just basically saying when Muslims come to the majority, we'll take over Germany by force. German laws will be replaced by Sharia law. Yeah, it will be, because that's exactly how it's meant to. That's exactly what's meant to happen, so that you know, so that we become. This has already happened. This has already happened before in Serbia. This is exactly what happened. They welcomed the Palestinians, I think it was, with open arms, you know, and then the Muslims became the majority. They got into government. They started changing everything into Sharia law, and then the people basically arced up, and that's what created the situation over there.
Most Western countries are already between 48 and 54% migration.
You've also got this one. An elderly Christian preacher was arrested by British police for preaching the gospel. You know, Britain that sent out more missionaries in I think the last half of the century. Now they're arresting them for preaching. Yet they stop the streets and pray to Allah. Now, not only that, this guy. Now we've just got it. That's right. This guy commenting on it. Now, British police arrest this woman for the crime of silently praying while she's on the streets outside. Like, it's just like the stuff that's going on it's outrageous. It's meant to be outrageous, and it's meant to basically, it's meant to basically get us angry because it's so unjust, you know.
Yeah, someone just mentioned the view tax on the Gold Coast. Yeah, and the higher you go, the more you got to pay. And I saw people up near the penthouse getting interviewed, and they were happy to do it. What a bunch of dork flogs. Too much money, idiots. Sorry.
Well, yeah, you've got this situation where this man is walking a dog and he's attacked.
Look at that, old bloke.
Yeah, they attacked an old bloke because dogs are, dogs are halal. Or what is it called? What's the opposite of halal? That thing anyway. I can't remember it at the moment.
Not kosher by the sound of it.
Yeah, basically, well, it's not kosher. You've got this Irish girl basically telling them.
Go away! No, I'm not calming down because you're following us. Go away! Go away! Before I call the fucking police! Go away!
So,
well done.
You know, you've got all of these situations. It's meant to create chaos. It's not meant to. It's everything that they do. Now, this guy has weighed into it. I've seen him before. I just can't remember who he is. But anyway, he's
ended up becoming First Minister of Scotland. Minister of Scotland, Hamza Yusuf, is a very openly practicing Muslim and had himself photographed on his first day in office with a group of other Muslims doing the Islamic prayers in the First Minister's office, bending to Mecca. If Kate Forbes had become leader and promptly posted a photograph of her and some others taking Holy Communion, I think it would have been an uproar. So why would that have been the case, but no uproar for Hamza Yusuf doing the Islamic prayers in the office? Because we want everybody to have religious freedom except ourselves. We want to praise every tradition apart from our own. And we want to promote every belief system other than the one that got us here. That is madness.
Yes, indeed.
What? Yeah. Well, what do you say? We know, guys. We know what they're doing. It's all by design, and they are playing their game.
Well, the commercial side to things has actually weighed in on this as well. Like, look at this: rape shorts.
Oh no!
Rape shorts for women in Europe. Anti-rape shorts. You can't get them off unless you actually have the. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were making fun of that other bloody breakdancer again. Sorry, I misinheard it because of Wi-Fi. Yeah, okay. That's brilliant. They should have a little insertion up there with razor blades, you know what I mean? Like,
why should we have to?
Yeah, why should you have to? You shouldn't, but anyway.
Well,
you shouldn't have to.
But no, you know, and like while they've done that, of course they're doing another gun buyback. Look at this.
Watching this, 20,000 guns handed back, part of the state government's buyback scheme, the biggest of its kind since Port Arthur. 20,000 guns and counting. It works like this. If you've got a double barrel shotgun, for example, you'll get about $750 back. For a revolver, it's about $1,000. WA now the hardest place in Australia to get and hold a gun license. The state government says it is doing this in the name of community safety. So let us know. Do you feel safer?
I don't think so. That's a lot of guns, guys, that they've just taken off you again. I don't know why people went out, because they've got the economy broke. People don't want to do it, but for a couple of grand, they'll probably do it, actually, depending on how many weapons they had. It's insane.
All right, so we've had some interesting stuff. Rennick has basically held them accountable yesterday in the Senate. Listen to this.
Can expect to experience further COVID-19 waves. To maintain protections, we need to continue to follow the expert advice on the need for additional vaccine doses, particularly as new variants of concern and new vaccines and treatments emerge. We shouldn't focus on conspiracy theories and fringe agendas. Our priority continues to be ensuring that Australians continue to receive the vaccinations recommended for their age and health status.
Senator Rennick.
Thank you, Deputy President. We shouldn't continue to focus on conspiracy theories and fringe theories. I don't think the thousands of Australians injured by the COVID vaccine would take too kindly to that disrespectful remark there by Senator Urquhart and the Labor Party. Vaccine injuries are not a conspiracy theory. And it is this reason why we need... I'm actually ambivalent about COVID-19 and a Royal Commission into it because, quite frankly, I don't trust the judiciary. And they don't have the knowledge around the biochemistry of the vaccine. But what I do want out of this process is that I want accountability. And I want the people that made these decisions, and I want the people who gaslight the injured people to be held account. Because I am sick and tired of these people being mocked by people in this chamber, the other chamber, the media, the health authorities, and mocking people who followed the government advice in good faith and then have been trampled on and gaslighted because it doesn't suit their political agenda.
He goes on to talk about that more, but what's come out in as well in the meantime is this study, this doctor, listen to him.
By colleagues, because I was doing informed consent and therefore having parents not vaccinate, I got a letter from a colleague. I was doing more harm to community immunity than anybody else. I mean, like I was destroying community immunity by allowing people not to follow the CDC schedule. Well, when I did my research and we compared the partially vaccinated to the unvaccinated in my practice, now you would think, based on that social responsibility narrative, that those unvaccinated patients, and I had over 500 of them at that point, well, that was 500 born into my practice. I probably had a couple thousand total in my practice. They were the ones who were socially irresponsible. They're the ones who are taking advantage of the fact that other people are getting vaccinated. That's the narrative. Right. But here's the truth when we looked at the data. The unvaccinated almost never got sick. We're talking infections, folks. We're talking all types of infections, lung infections, ear infections, eye infections, all infections. Well, who's going to make someone else sick? A healthy person or a sick person? It turns out our unvaccinated kids are actually providing the best shield, the most protection to the vulnerable.
So there you go. Remember the pandemic of the vaccinated? Well, we've got a clip if we get to it on that as well. But here's the thing. Here's have a little look at some stats. So Portugal has the highest COVID-19 vaccination in the world. Now, that was in 2021. Now, in January 2024, Portugal registers highest level of excess death in Europe. And then, oh, look at this. Okay, so bit by bit, they're slowly making sense of news that we didn't contaminate enough people. So here he is, pro-vaxxer and whatnot, and here he is, dead at the age of 35 with incredibly rare cancer diagnosis. So, like, it's just incredibly sad, but it's just like, how does anybody actually even deny this at this point in time?
Well, I'm going to check the airline tickets for the sloths and just make sure this is actually happening. But anyway, we'll get back to you tomorrow on that. There's obviously people out there thinking this is real, Caz. So, you know, they got their masks on, they got their sloth propellant, and they're ready to go.
All right, this is we'll just give you a trigger warning on this. It's pretty it's horrible. I don't even want to play it. All right.
Yeah, Caz didn't want to play it. I just want a bit of it played, guys. It's a shame. Now, is this in another country?
Trigger warning.
You can that will be on the guys. You wait, you see that. All right. So listen, that seems like Australian language. Go and make your own. At least English. Go and make up your own mind, guys. All right, but mate, do not put your parents in these homes, guys. All right, they looked after you. Now you look after them. All right, and make sure the people that are supposedly looking after them are doing the right thing. All right, because a lot of people aren't. I've had some phone calls today, and it's amazing how much of this crap is going on out there by people who get a bit of power and just run with it, man. Make decisions they're not even allowed to make. It's just incredible.
That's it. And as this guy appeared on Alex Jones,
their strategy into their way is isolate, contain, and destroy. I don't care if you're the president of the United States or the president of another country.
No, I agree, and that's.
All right, so he was on Alex Jones, and he's written a dossier, but he's actually managed to identify who the deep state players are and name them. And he talks about how it's actually just really small, a minority group, a handful of people who are in positions of power, who are basically, they isolate, they contain, and then they move in and destroy. So that is the modus operandi of the deep state.
Yep.
That's right. So
all put into play by Operation Gladio, guys. If you don't know about it, go and research it. Go and get on the Colonel Towner's X Spaces and get yourself up to speed, guys, on why you are in the position that you are in.
All right, I'm actually starting to feel sorry for this girl now. It's just gone too far.
That's gold. I love it.
The memes are just everywhere, and it's just. I'm starting to feel sorry for her though, because I'm sure she didn't expect that. Look, somebody's come out and they've identified this, and I think it's actually really well put.
Is in a custody battle. Like, most of us want to go back to Dad's house, but the crazy ass stepmom is trying to kidnap us and steal us.
I'll tell you, your families are just broken, mate. You know what I mean? And yeah, the percentages, guys, when it comes to second marriages, then the percentages with maybe a death or suicide in that family drops even further. And yeah, a lot of people can't make it. Mine and Mel's was what, 17% or 11? What was it?
11%. You told me.
11,
I think. Yeah, 11% that we'd make it, me and Mel. We've been together 17, 18, nearly 19 years, guys. Yeah.
We're still here.
We're still here. Government can't get us. We're still here. And we got great stuff. It's but
people can make it work, Look, here's the thing: is that Bunnings now has decided to put blood pressure stations. First of all, they had vax stations, and now they've got blood pressure check stations. So
then didn't they have the defibrillators as well? And now they've got now they've got the blood pressure, guys. So you can go in, collapse, get a defibrillator, right? Get yourself back pumping, actually move over to the blood pressure counter and get yourself sorted, and you probably don't have to spend $100 on a doctor because you just worked it out. Oh, mate, these guys look after you. Unreal.
It's not often that never that I agree with Adam Bant, except for this one time. So he's put out, the Commonwealth Bank has posted a $9.79 billion profit, earned off the pain of mortgage holders, renters, while struggling families can't afford the basics to survive. What an obscene and broken system we live under. Yes, because it was privatised. The Commonwealth Bank was set up as a bank for the Australian people. Okay, it was never meant to be what it has become, So it's the money that's the issue. Once we break at the back of these money tyrants, we'll be able to claw back our system. And here's somebody who is actually just doing that. Well, actually, I've heard this a few times. So this is Nick Vujicic, I think it's pronounced, faith-based pro-life bank to open this coming spring. Now, he's a motivational speaker. He's the guy that was born without legs and arms, and I've actually gone and heard him speak, and he's just fantastic. So anyway, but he's actually setting up his own bank, and I've heard a number of churches are actually looking at setting up their own banks as well. So, which is actually like to charge a moral interest rate rather than the ridiculous amount that that it is being charged, charged by the banks at the moment. Now we've got a few things that are internationally happening that I don't have clips on, but it's just come out now. We have a very interesting situation where NATO forces are basically moving into Russian areas. Putin has denounced those. We covered that yesterday. However, what's come out is now Germany is one of the key stakeholders in the NATO alliance. Well, Germany it's just come out that Zelensky was behind the Nord Stream bombing. Now, that Nord Stream, for those of you that don't remember, was the gas pipelines that came into Germany. It was actually supplying Germany, and Germany needs a lot of energy because they have a huge industry. So it'd be very interesting to see what happens as far as that goes. Dave, we can't hear you.
I'm still here.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was just on mute. Yeah. I'm just having a bit of a laugh with everyone in there, but that's great to see all those relationships, guys. My parents, 72 years, right, and 75 all up, married and together. 72 married, 75 together. So there was a big date in there, man. 56 years, whoever that was, man. Congratulations. And guys, yeah, love will get you through, all right? As someone said, Mel must be a very patient and tolerant person. She is, and I've taught her how to be like that. Thanks.
All right. I think this is really good.
Vaccinated for the China virus, and I'm definitely not getting vaccinated for the monkeypox bullshit that is coming right on time for election season. So today, I'm starting the second pandemic of the unvaccinated. I want every liberal jabbed, boosted, and with a diaper on their face, while we conservatives continue to make money, shoot big, beautiful guns, and fight to make America great again. To all of my patriots, do not comply.
She is a legend, man. I reckon she would be a black belt in kickboxing. She would shoot you from a friggin' 150 yards on the run. And if she wanted to lasso your feet from 20 yards, she'd probably rip you down there as well, mate. She looks like an absolute legend. The way she talks, her attitude. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she does. Look, I wanted to bring this in because this is Litecoin Ball, and this is both lots of web bots. So the web bots are forecasting. So what they do is they scour the internet for the change in the language, and it's based on the theory or the premise that everyone is a little bit psychic, and it can be incredibly accurate. The timing can be out. They look for things called temporal markers. But this is what he wrote yesterday. He said, in the future, mark my words, kids who are not born yet will have a much better life than you or I. When all is said and done, they won't be interested in the ones who sat around and did nothing while the government lies and the tyranny ruined people and killed millions of souls. These blessed kids will want to know who the heroes were in the Great Awakening story, what they did, and how some gave their lives so that they may live in peace and prosperity. It's time to write your story. It's time to make history. It's time to fight. Now, here's a different lot of web bots than Cliff High's web bots, but Cliff High's basically talked about the same. The children of the future absolutely hate and detest the people who are basically against us.
And who are the heroes? Who are the heroes? It's not Trump. It's not Trump on that screen, guys. It's you. It's every person watching from the other side of this, what podcast you're watching, whoever you're viewing. I'm not going to say following, viewing. All right. But you are your hero. You will be the hero of your grandkids. Is it hurting you at the moment? It probably is, guys. Okay. But I tell you, when these kids, imagine these kids coming up there, and you have actually, I feel sorry for the people who are going to have to sit there, put their head down and, cop a kick in the nuts off some 4-year-old child for not fighting for them. You know what I mean? We know what you've done. I don't want that to happen, but these people really, anyway, I won't go there. I'll get myself into trouble. We're supposed to love everyone, but mate, some of these people just haven't got enough brains to be loved, I'm afraid, sometimes. So I shouldn't say that. Sorry, God. But anyway, we're giving them a whacking. Wake up. Hey, Kevy, I hope your event went really well, man. I didn't get to mention it on Monday. I hope it went real well for you, bro. You want to come on and have a chat about it? You do that, bro. Get hold of me.
All right. So, Dave, we're at time. So if you would like to wrap up, we've got Ben on tinnitus. He's taking us out tonight.
Yeah, well, look, the wrap-up really, guys, is exactly there. What a great article to end with. All right, a picture of Trump, the marketing manager, And then, you know, it's all relayed back to you, the heroes, guys. You know, wait till Rosie Marshall. Is that her name? Is it Rosie Marshall? Our Rosie?
Renegade Rosie.
Yeah, Renegade Rosie. Mate, there'll be a friggin' statue of her on the North Shore. You know, there
right
will
out
be.
front of,
Yeah, right out the
of
front of the
chemist.
Guys, this is not what we want. None of us are doing this for any fame, fortune, or anything else. Okay, we're doing it because we know it has to be done. But I tell you what, man, there's some people out there that certainly need some recognition when we break through the other side, guys. And if I'm still here and I got anything to do with this, I know I'll be putting my hand up for a few people. Me and Mel want nothing. We want to get out of here, mate. We want to go and enjoy ourselves, but we can't do that till we win this fight, guys. So, yeah, for those people like Rosie and all the rest of you, I'm not just picking out Rosie, but what a legend she is, man. If we had, like I said, if we had 1,000 Rosies walking around Sydney, you know, putting people on notice, I don't know how many chemists would keep this up, guys. I really don't. So think about it. Have a great Thursday night. Love yous all. Look after your parents. Do not let people coerce them. Do not let people break laws that they have no reason to invoke. If you are about to set power of attorneys or enduring guardianships, guys, mate, pray over it. Get some discernment because people turn friggin' horrible. That's as simple as that. Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
Project Matilda, get over there.
Oh, yeah. That's nice. This looks really sweet, Ben. Yeah. Ready? Yeah.
Seem to care, but the truth is hard and don't come for free when you sleepwalking through World War III. Drugs and computer games to keep them entertained, deep fake news to wash their brains, a rat wheel for a little exercise, to forget about the nanobots crawling inside. The algorithm points that way to heaven. Just take your shot, upgrade to 11. Fly on the wing of the dark cyber angel into the virtual bowels of hell. Some will learn faith is its own reward. The door will open when you believe in the Lord. God isn't dead, you just forgotten. Remember who you are, and that He is risen. Christ is risen. But they woke to the nightmare in a post-truth world where no one seemed to care. But the truth is hard and don't come for free when you're sleepwalking through